Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is part 3 of the Mustang build. I'm on the right hand side of the car, which is the passenger side, and let me show you something that I came upon. This quarter panel right here was replaced, the entire quarter panel. The thing is that whoever welded this quarter panel did not align the quarter panel to the door and the door to the fender. Just a quick note, guys, whenever you're cutting or reinstalling quarter panels, make sure that you align everything before welding. What I had to do to this car is I had to cut the entire side of the quarter panel for it, so that I can pull it out and put the quarter panel where it's supposed to be, because like I mentioned before, whoever did it did not align it. Now it's flush, it's aligned. Now I need to start welding. On the inside, I'm gonna be putting some pieces of metal here. This is too wide of a gap to fill it with weld, so I'm gonna be cutting some pieces of metal, welding all the metal, and just making it new again. Alright, just a little quick note. So let me just work on this. I'll bring you back as soon as I'm done so that you can see the progress. Okay, this has been welded. Everything's ready. I'm applying the body filler so that it can be nice and smooth, and everything's getting there. Everything's getting there. Let me show you the gap now. Right there. Perfect. It's perfect. So now what I need to do, I need to start sanding everything else. I already removed this. I'm gonna start sanding the inside and making sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. I already removed the door and I already removed the back window so that I can start cleaning everything up, so that I can prep everything for paint. I'm starting to sand everything already with 180 grit. I am going to progress to 220, 320, and so forth, but I'm just roughing it up right now. I'm also going to be installing this, which is a back tail of this car. These pieces are also going to be installed. There are these pieces right here. So I'm going to be removing this so that I can start adjusting and fitting this piece right here. Alright, so let's just go to that and see how that works. Okay, after removing, there's 3 bolts on the inside. After removing the bolts, this thing comes apart. You're right there. You can see the 3 bolts where they belong. And now I'm going to start see how this fits, which I know it's not going to fit. There you go. These are aftermarket parts, so you gotta work with them and adjust them. That's the reason I wanted to do this. Okay, this is where I need to cut. Let me do that so that I can see the fitment. Let me cut that little piece that's needed. That way I can fit it in, see how it's gonna end up. And there it is. All this that you see right here, I had to lower it down. It was extremely high, like about this, like about half an inch high. But these things are never gonna fit the way they was intended to. You need to adjust and modify them. They're aftermarket parts. So what I did, I already screwed it in all the way. Everything's nice and tight. So the customer wants this seam to disappear. Okay, he wants everything smooth. So what I did, I don't know if you can tell, I roughed everything up. I roughed the fiberglass piece and I roughed the metal part. What I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be layering some fiberglass. But let me show you the kind of fiberglass that I'm gonna be using. It's not gonna be just your regular fiberglass. So let me show you. This is the fiberglass that I'm gonna be using. It's a fiberglass resin jelly. I've used it before, works really good, and I'm not gonna have any problems. After this, I'm gonna be putting some body filler on top of this, but this is just to reinforce and to cover up that seam right there. Okay, so let me just mix it up, start applying it so you can see how it's applied, and go from there. And there it is. As you can see, it's applied exactly like body filler. The only thing is this one's fiberglass resin with fibers real small, so it's real easy to apply. Okay. There's another one that's called Bondo hair, I believe, but that's a little bit more thicker, more coarser, and it's real hard to apply. This one's a lot easier. So let me just let it set and come back and start sanding it. After this is all I'm going to apply to this. After this, I'm going to apply some body filler on top of this. All right. All I did to smooth it out was use the inline sander with 36 grit, and I just smoothed it out. Now I'm not going to put more of this. What I'm going to be doing is starting to put some body filler. But it's getting there. Everything's nice and smooth. Now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have to start taking this bumper off because I don't want to scratch it. It's a brand new bumper. So I'm going to take it off so that I can work better and go from there. I'll bring you back. All right, the bumper is off. I need to take these pieces off. He's going to get them brand new. This cover right here, this one in the back, I'm going to put a brand new one. This one has the exhausts that go through the panel, so I'm going to be replacing that one. Let me start taking all this apart so that I can just have everything nice and clean and start working on it. And there it is. Everything's nice and smooth, nice and straight. Everything's done. Now what I need to do is just add some putty so that I can cover all those little pinholes. But the putty will take care of that. And then prime it, block it, and it'll be ready. All right, there it is. And I'm just gonna leave the putty to dry for about 2 to 3 days. I want it nice and dried. This is a putty that I'm using. I've never had any problems with it. So I'm gonna keep on using it. All right, so everything's being puttied down so that all the pinholes can be covered. The left hand side is done already. Now all I need to do is start putting the tail, which I already started. What I'm doing, what I did, I aligned it as close as possible. I put some self-tapping screws just so it can be, so that I can hold it. That's it. I'm gonna be taking those out, and then I started riveting. I'm spacing it in 3 inches apart every rivet, and then let me show you how I'm doing this so you can't even feel the rivet. The reason is that the way I'm doing it. So let me show you. Yes, there is some rivets that are gonna go across to the other side, but I'm gonna show you how to take care of that. All right, right now I'm working on it right now. I'm grinding them off, not all the way, which then I'm gonna start putting some body filler, a little bit of body filler, just to cover them up, and you won't even know that those rivets are there. I'm trying to hide as many rivets as possible, but most of them are coming through. All right, so let me show you, and so that you can see how this piece is done. Okay, I marked 3 inches apart as to where the rivets are gonna be going. Then I'm gonna get myself 3/16 drill bit, drill all the holes. After putting the rivet in, before putting the rivet in, actually, I'm gonna be getting myself a 3/8 inch drill bit, and I'm gonna do just the top of the hole. I'm gonna drill it, not all the way, just the top, so that the drill bit, so that the rivet can sit underneath the fiberglass. Okay, I'll show you what I'm doing right now. I don't know if you're understanding, but let me show you so that you can know what I'm talking about. Okay guys, I hope you saw what I did. I first drilled the hole where the rivet's gonna be going in. Then with the other drill bit, all I did is opened up the hole from the top. What I'm doing is for this rivet to stay underneath the fiberglass. Okay, right there. Then I can just grind it real close, and it'll seem like the rivet's not there, so that I can start putting in the fiberglass that I'm going to be putting on top. All right, let me just finish up all these, and I'll bring you back once I'm done with that. And there it is. All the rivets have been applied. All I need to do is just start grinding them off like these, and they're flush. So let me do that. I already riveted all these out, and I already started grinding these out. So let me just do that, and I'll get back to you, and I'll come back to show you how I'm gonna fix these. Everything has been roughed up. You can see right there, all this right here has been roughed up also, so it's ready for body filler. I'm gonna be applying, like I said, I'm gonna be applying that fiberglass resin jelly. That's gonna be the underneath protection, and then I'll just top it off with the body filler. But let me show you, everything is sanded. I did sand it with 36 grit, And I did sand this with 36 grit also. So everything's nice and ready. Let me start adding the fiberglass. Adding the fiberglass jelly, I just added a skim coat of body filler on all the back trunk. Reason being is that I want everything smooth. So I went with the inline sander with 180 grit and smoothed everything out. So now it's nice and smooth. You can't feel anything, and it's ready for primer. Everything's ready for primer here. I already did these. Everything's nice and straight on both sides. And what I did on the rivets that actually went through, I just grind them off as close as possible. I can hardly feel them now. There's a double layer of metal here, so I know that the rivet's still intact. It's not gonna go anywhere. So after this, I'm just gonna put a real heavy high build primer to cover all this up, and it'll be ready. Now I'm gonna be working on this area right here. I already grind everything off. It's ready to go. I'm gonna start adding a layer of that fiberglass jelly, okay, just to smooth everything out. Then I'll just smooth it out with some body filler, and that'll be it. Bottom is done. All I need to do is put some red putty and sand it down so that it can get primed. And the red putty has been applied. I applied it to the entire trunk. Most of it's gonna come off anyways, so everything's set. I'm gonna leave it for 1 or 2 days to dry up, and then I'll start sanding. Most of it is done. All right, so yeah, this will be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next video is going to be the priming stage. I'm going to start priming the entire car and get it out of here. I'm going to prime it. They're going to take it so they can get the suspension, the motor, and everything. And I'm going to start with the doors and painting the doors, painting the fenders, and all that. So there's more videos to come on this, but this car is gonna leave already, so it can get upgraded on the suspension and motor. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and like always, guys, God bless.